Hello, it's me again for part 9 of this my birthday updated video for August 5th, 2021. And I see we got some other things besides VHS tapes. We got Betamaxes, Laserdisc, and DVDs. There is no VHSs, CED video disc, and no Blu-rays. These are ones I got from eBay or from my thrift store. Betamax tapes started it in the late 1970s till it ended it in around the early 90s when they stopped making them. The Laserdiscs ran from the late 1970s until they stopped doing that in the late 90s. The DVDs is still doing, because DVDs soon is going to be obsolete in 4 or 5 years. Just like with the Blu-rays. DVD started in 1996 right up to today, 25 years. So let's start with some movies that I have on Betamax. Here's the musical extravaganza of Annie, starring with Albert Finney, Mikhail, Burnett, Bernadette Peters, Ann Raikin, Tim Curry, and Jeffrey Holder as Punjab, and Angela Quinn as Annie, directed by Walter Huston. Featuring some memorable songs in Annie is Summer Come Out Tomorrow, Is a Hard Knock Life, and also I Don't Do Anything But You, and Let's Go to the Movies, and Little Girls, and many more. Wonderful Songs is based on the Broadway show, opened in the late 1970s. And this version of this on Beta is the late 1982 first release from the beginning of RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, after it was changed the name from Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment. There was no print date on it, not until 1984. I have the copy of Annie on VHS in 1983, not the 1985. The 85 one is a reissue that I put and run on eBay. So I got a couple of these, the Berenstain Bears Betamax tapes. The Berenstain Bears Easter Surprise 1984 release from Embassy Home Entertainment's Children's Treasures. Show you what this cassette looks like. Hold on. And the print date is inside of this label, but I'm not going to take it out. And I have this on VHS, but it's a 1985 reprint. This is the 84 original. I'm working on getting the Berenstain Bears Christmas Tree VHS from 1984 off on eBay, not 1987. Here's the Berenstain Bears Meet Big Par 1984 release, also from Embassy Home Entertainment's Children's Treasures. Show you what this tape looks like. I got this from the eBayer called Angel Brooks. She bought my VHS tapes from me to her. Yep, it was a good buy. It was only $5 a piece. It was only typically was $8. She won some deals out of me for how to get these beta tapes. The next one we got here is part of my interest. The musical operatic comedy that stars with Jeanette, MacDonald, and Nelson Eddy and Naughty Marietta, based on the play by Victor Herbert. Co-stars with Frank Morgan and Eliza Lancaster, featuring some good songs in this movie, like the team of Jeanette MacDonald, Nelson Eddy Was Born, For the Sweet Mystery of Life, The Last I Saw You. And other MacDonald and Eddy films I have on beta. Soon I'll be getting this Rosemary, Maytime, Smiling Through, I've seen too many times, and San Francisco. And it's a 1984 release of Naughty Marietta. Now, Naughty Marietta was also reissued on VHS a lot of times during the 1980s. And it's an NGMUA home video beta tape from 1984. It was reissued in 1987 and 1988 in the Hooray for Hollywood series. Then it was reissued somewhere in the early 90s. Now we got here some of the Columbia Pictures titles that I have on beta. Here's The Big Chill, made in 1983. Stars with Tom Burlmisner, Glenn Close, Jeff Goldberg, William Hurt, Kevin Kline, Mary K. Place, May Tilly, and Jobert Williams. This movie is about when the family were having some wonderful time, when someone committed suicide, so they had to go to the funeral, and that's how their friends had to be together again, when they're spending just one wonderful weekend in someone's house. 1984 release from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, and it's in beta hi-fi. Yep, and this tape was printed on 28th week of 1984. And here's a drama movie I have on beta. It is Birdy. It stars with the young Nicolas Cage and Matthew Modine. It's about when Matthew Modine thinks he wants to fly like a bird. And somewhere in this movie has like mostly flashbacks of their teenagerhoods when they're from Newark, New Jersey, and until the part with the Vietnam when Birdy couldn't talk. 1985 release from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. It's got to be mid-1985. Beta hi-fi. This tape was printed on the 23rd week of 1985. Of this powerful drama. And here's White Nights. It stars with the ballet dancer actor Mikhail Baryshnikov and Gregory Hines. Made in 1985, and this is on beta in mid-1986 from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. I wonder this movie has the FBI warning scream at the end. It was printed on the 26th week of 1986. Same time was out with the Atlas of God on VHS and Betamax. And here's the Neil Simon's comedy and drama that stars with Marsha Mason, the one she did Chapter 2, The Goodbye Girl, and also Max Durgan Returns. That co-stars with the young Kristy McNichol in Neil Simon's Only When I Laugh. I'll Make You Laugh Till You Cry. Also co-stars with James Coco. And it was made in 1981, and this is the 1982, early 82 original release from Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment. That was a little bit before they changed it to RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. And back then they didn't have a color film or black and white film, not until the spring of 82. This is around winter of 82. No print date on that? This is a pretty hard to find on beta by accident. Here's some more Columbia titles. That is The Garden of the Fritz Contains. Some kind of like a foreign movie. It was made for Cinema 5, and that was made in 1979, and it's rated R. And this is the way you open the tape box like that. This is the 1980 original beta. It's not a reprint in 1982 or 1983. And here's a Woody Allen movie on beta. I don't mean Annie Hall, but we got here is the front. The front co-stars with Zero Mostel, and it was made in 1976, and it's on beta when it came out in early 1982 from Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment. It was out around that time when the 4 Three Stooges volume was released in the rock music opera of Tommy and Martin Romance in late 1981. The sack Zero Mostel, he did the Mel Brooks Producers in 1968 with opposite Gene Wilder. And the funniest thing on the way to the Forum, and he did the Broadway show of Fiddle on the Roof. And here's the Charles Bronson movie on beta. I don't mean Death Wish, but we got here The Evil That Men Do, made in 1984. And this is made by TriStar, and it's on beta in the early 1985 and late 1984 by RCA, Columbia Pictures Home Video. This is what their tag looks like. It's probably just lighter orange. This tape was printed on the third week of 1985. And here's the last one on beta. It's some kind of a foreign comedy. That is Emmanuel. It's spelled Uella. Originally, this came out in 1982, or I think in 1980. This is the 1985 release from RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video, but I'm not that sure. I had to check this out. But the tape master was from the early 80s. That proves this tape was originally came out back in 83. I can tell about the Columbia Pictures Presents logo on it. This tape was printed on 11th week of 1986. So that ends with the Betamax tapes. Now I got a lot of Laserdisc bunch that I have. The collections of Rocky and Bullwinkle on Laserdisc. The series on Laser ran from the years of 1991 to 1993. The same time was out on VHS. The first volume, it has Mona Moose and The Birth of Bullwinkle. Yep, I got the whole entire collection bought on eBay, probably for the whole entire set for $20. Here's what this label looks like from the first volume. Right on the other video on the other channel, I showed you the Rocky and Bullwinkle VHS collection months ago. Now we got volume 2 of the Rocky and Bullwinkle Laserdisc that has Vincent Von Moose and Blue Moose. And my favorite episode I like on this disc is Rule Britannia, the one with Rocky and Bullwinkle have to spend 1 week in the abominable manner so they can get their inheritance. But the only thing was interfering is those 3 scoundrel brothers and Boris and Natasha try to get them out so they can get their inheritance. I'll show you what this Laserdisc look like. And here's the third volume in the series on Laserdisc. That is, volume 3 has Leglon Moose and Canadian Gothic with Dudley Do-Right. I know on this volume has a box top caper that was taken from Rocky and Bullwinkle Season 1 in 1959 to 1960. And Canadian Gothic has all the Dudley Do-Right episodes. Believe me, I've seen them a lot of times on VHS. It's Mr. Know-It-All. Here's what this Laserdisc looks like. And here's another one of the Rocky and Bullwinkle Laserdisc collection. Volume 4 has Whistler Moose and Norman Moosewell. On this volume, it has the one with WrestleMania, the one with Rocky and Bullwinkle were playing football. This is the 1991 release. And did you know these Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoons were kind of created by Jay Ward, featuring the voices I remember was Bill Scott and June Foray in the 1960s. These Rocky and Bullwinkle Laserdiscs were kindly distributed by Bonnet Vista Home Video under a license of the Walt Disney Company. Just like collecting Disney movies on Laserdisc. And here's volume 5. It has Possible Venue Creeper and the Painting Thief. Pennsylvania Creeper is like an opposite to Little Shop of Horrors angle, and then also on this disc that has the Painting Thief. Yep, that's got to be from season 4 or something like that. And I'll show you what the disc looks like. It's not yellow label, it's a white label. And here's like a little bonus, like the proofs of purchase. You know, these Laserdiscs of the Rocky and Bullwinkle episodes have been open over 30 years. Since they came out in the early 1990s, when these Laserdiscs were from the Tower Records. And nobody does them. After they buy them, they don't use them. I'm going to use them one of these days. The last one of the Rocky and Bullwinkle Laserdisc is the Banana Formula and the Weather Lady. The 6th volume in the series. This is like 11/12 on VHS. Yep, and here's a bonus before we end of this collection. Proofs of purchase. Yep. And here's like a holy grail of the Laserdisc, something I got off on eBay for $10. Smurfs and the Magic Flute on Laserdisc from Children's Video Library, distributed by Vestron Video. This is the one and only Smurfs movie, came out in 1983 in the US, but originally the animation was in Europe in 1976. Yep. And that's how, when Johann and PB first met the Smurfs on their first request on the Magic Flute. Unfortunately, this is not made from Hanna-Barbera. It was released between Atlantic Releasing Corporation of First Performance Pictures. 74-minute uncut version. This movie was out around the time it was on VHS and Beta from the Vestron and CED video disc. Same time it was out with Laserdisc. Here's what this looks like. It's in yellow. From 1984. But I know on VHS and Beta was 1983. Long as the Smurfs and the Magic Flute on Laserdisc, it's not exactly the 43-minute edited version. I hated that version. But I even have the UK version of the Smurfs and the Magic Flute on DVD that I got it back in 2013. So now we're on the categories of the DVDs. Here's the Three Stooges on the Run. That was a 2006 release. It has a colorized and black and white combo. Has some 4 great classics on there. Pop Goes the Easel, 1935. Disorder in the Court, 1936. Dizzy Doctors, 1937. And Cornell Curls, 1939. And this is the 2006 release. The year before 2007, when they came out with the box set of their shorts, like the years in order, from 1934 to 1936. And here's a musical classic with Bing Crosby in Going My Way, winner of 7 Academy Awards for Best Picture. When it co-stars with Barry Fitzgerald, Racer Stevens, and Frank McHugh, directed by Leo McCarey, featuring a song called Swinging on the Star. Bob Hope couldn't be in it because at the time, Bob Hope was with Samuel Goldwyn making Princess and the Pirate, and this is the 2007 release from Universal Cinema Classics Collection. Show you what this tape looks like. Hold on. Yep. Bought this in the thrift store. This is some kind of like information about the movie. Swinging on the Star seems like a good song from Going My Way. Would you like to swing on a star? Da 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 da. Exclusive introduction by TCM host by Robert Osborne. That's when Robert Osborne was alive at the time in 2007. When he was about 74. And now, before we close, here's a bonus DVD. Bachelor and the Bobby Sox, starring with Cary Grant, Myrtle Loy from the Thin Man movies, and 19-year-old Shirley Temple. Co-stars with Woody Valley, Ray Collins, from the TV show Perry Mason, Harry Davenport, and Johnny Sands. Made in RKO 1947, and this is on DVD in 2004. that was at the time when Warner Home Video stopped putting like the snappy cases on them, and they had like these different openings. This gotta be a 2009 reprint. I used to have Bachelor and the Bobby Soxer on VHS when it was from like the Republic Home Video in the late 80s. I don't have the one from the Nostalgia Merchants release. Okay, that's included the 9th part of my birthday updated video of these other formats of Betamax, Laserdisc, and DVDs. Until then, I'll see you next time when I go to the 10th part of my birthday updated. Until then, stay safe and check out these other previous videos. Bye.